Hi, I'm Carol Park with the Business Press, and we're here at the 4th Annual World Trade Month in Ontario, and I'm sitting here with Eddie Sumar of ERS Consulting Services. And Eddie, what do you do?
I'm the founder of ERS Consulting. Carol, I teach small businesses the fine art of the field of C's, understanding the soft skills of doing business domestically and internationally too.
Excellent. So one of the things that we wanted to talk about here was what are some of the resources that businesses can tap into if they're looking to do international trade?
Oh, there are a huge amount of resources. In fact, one of the things I recommend to small business is to start tapping their banker. And especially if a small business wants to do international business, they need to look at the already established banks, such as Bank of America, Citibank, Wells Fargo, those banks that have international connections, and even some of the international banks, HSBC, Wells Fargo, and so forth. So in essence, if they look at their international department of the bank, they might start there by doing the research. Another resource that doesn't take them outside of the office is the internet. If a small business wants to export internationally, all what they need to put is the name of the country. And then they're going to see multiple resources, how to export to China, how to export to Mexico, how to export to Saudi Arabia, and so forth. Another resource we have is Exim Bank, Export-Import Bank of the United States. You might be able to call them and have some access to country reports, because they will tell you where do they see movement. And in fact, if you need to get financing, whether it's for working capital or trade financing for medium term, anywhere from 3 to 5 years, you might be able to access Exim Bank power through the lending network that they have. The World Bank, the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, the State Department, they have the foreign desk. You can call the State Department, talk to a country officer, someone who actually was on the ground, someone who knows someone on the ground. For example, you want to know about India. You can call the State Department and ask about the Indian desk. I want to do business in India, and they will walk you through some good information instruction. The Department of Commerce, they have a lot of information on how to do business internationally. The USEACs, United States Export Assistance Centers, part of the Department of Commerce. Here in the Inland Empire, on Inland Empire Boulevard, we have an office where they can actually go and talk to some of the employees there and some of the representatives that can help them to get a country report. Even if a company says, I want to have a distributor,
Sure.
or to find a customer, the Foreign Commercial Service has a service where they can buy a gold key service where they can get you the names of possible distributors or possible customers. Even when you go on location and travel to the country, that's another resource. Traveling to the country, if you have the money or the resources to go, I recommend it highly.
Trade missions, right?
Go on a trade mission. Right. You get to contact your possible foreign buyer, or ask your foreign buyer to come to you. And mentioning the web at the outset, as a consultant, I do a lot of research using the web. It's a great resource for me, because when a customer calls me, Eddie, I need to do this, for example, in Peru. I'll go on the web and I will say, I need information, export, import information in Peru. I want on any information on that particular country, challenges in that country, financing for Peru or in Peru. And I start going after the resources.
And speaking of challenges, a lot of businesses have difficulties with finding those resources and doing those things. But let's say they found the resources, they've taken the first step, they're saying, I'm ready to do international trade. What's some of the challenges and opportunities they might have when they start to reach out? And how can they overcome those challenges and that sort of thing?
Not just for international business. If you want to do business also domestically, there are many challenges. One of the major challenges is really indecision and procrastination, where many times we don't know what we want to do and we don't know when to make a decision. A small business, they want to continue looking at some type of safety.
Well, thank you very much. This has been a quick presentation here with Eddie Sumar. This is the Business Press, and we're going to cut live now to the 4th Annual World Trade Month. Thank you very much.
Thankful that you're here today as we come together to look at the issue of world trade. Once again, my name is Paul Granillo. I'm the President and CEO of the Inland Empire Economic Partnership. At this time, my pleasure to introduce this year's honorary chairman, Arrowhead Union President and CEO Larry Sharp. As most of us know, Larry has been instrumental in building the reputation and success of Arrowhead Credit Union, and he is last year's recipient of the Global Leader of the Year Award in recognition for his leadership in fostering the advancement of international trade. Please join me in welcoming Larry Sharp.